Welcome back, trainers, and later today, the Unova region Gen 5 is going to be entering into Pokemon Go. They did release this sneak peek trailer, as well as a description as what we can find in eggs, as well as raids. Guys, this is getting extremely hype here, and not only that, the whole Mewtwo Psystrike dilemma has been absolutely changed. The stats are different, and Mewtwo is now the strongest Pokemon in Pokemon Go by far. The stats for Psystrike have been significantly buffed, so we're going to be taking a look at that. This is absolutely insane. So that last little strip down the walk there, we're going to be taking a look at those images. We have all different kinds. This is going to be very exciting. Yes, you can get Chandelure right away if you do hatch it out of the 10-kilometer Litwick. So we're going to be going over all that information, as well as Hydreigon is actually going to be available upon the first wave. And then there's going to be several different regional Pokemon, which we're going to be going over as well. So guys, get hyped. This is amazing. Not only that, but Mewtwo, now the strongest Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Let's go, just the way it should be. So with that said, trainers, let's go ahead and take a look at all of this information. Alright, so we're going to talk about Mewtwo really quick here because it is going to be entering into the raids later today with a possible shiny variants as well as Psystrike. And we were previously thinking, okay, well, Psystrike is not so much better than Psychic. It's going to be nice to have it in its shiny variants as well as a new move, so sure, I'll power up a few, but things have dramatically changed. This is going to be Game Press's data here, so previously the duration of Psystrike was 4.4 and now it's going to be 2.3 seconds. That's insane. The damage did get reduced down from 100 to 90. Alright, now if we take a look at the best psychic types in Pokemon Go currently, we have Mewtwo at the top with Confusion and Psystrike sitting at with a DPS of 29. That's absolutely monstrous. And then if we look at the Psycho Cut Psystrike, it's sitting at 28. And then the attack Deoxys is actually getting beat by Mewtwo now, and it's sitting at 19.4 with Zen Headbutt and Psycho Boost. Then you have Confusion and Psychic sitting all the way down there in that number 4 spot with 16.5. So yes, Psystrike on Mewtwo, this is insane. It's going to be absolutely monstrous. Do you want to power it up? There's no question about it anymore. Yes, you absolutely want to power these up. And if you have the resources, power up as many as you can. Don't go ridiculously, power up crazy. But personally for me, I don't know how many I'm going to power up. I'm going to try to do some of those lucky shiny trades and see what I can do, but I'm going to get quite a few. We'll get more into that. Just wanted to bring you this information because Psystrike Mewtwo is absolutely worthy of powering up now. Now, what can we expect regarding Gen 5? Well, let's go ahead and go over that. Snivy, Tempig, Oshawott, Patrat, Lillipup, Purloin, P-Dove, Blitzel, and more Pokemon originally discovered in the Unova region will appear in the wild. This is very exciting. Spark has been hard at work walking and incubating eggs for his research and has found that the following Pokemon have been starting to hatch from eggs. 2-kilometer eggs, we have Patrat, Lillipup, Purloin, and P-Dove. For the 5-kilometer eggs, we do have Snivy, Tempig, Oshawott, Blitzel, Drillbur, and Fungus. So Drillbur is something you definitely want to look out for, as well as the Unova region starter Pokemon. But remember, like we went over, if you do get one of those 100s out of those eggs possibly, or wherever else, make sure to not rush and evolve it right away. You want to save that for a future community day for sure. And then out of the 10-kilometer eggs, we do have Ferrothorn, very interesting, Clink, which can be a shiny variant, and we're going to be going over how it's not going to be in the wild. Litwick, which is going to eventually evolve into Chandelure, and then you also have Golett and Dino. Dino is actually going to eventually evolve into Hydreigon, so you definitely want to get those 10-kilometer eggs. This is very exciting. I need to go out there and crack mine right away so I can pick up new ones and hatch some of these Gen 5 possibly. So if you are currently sitting on 10-kilometer eggs, they will not produce any of these, as well as the 2 or 5 kilometers. You need to pick those up fresh once this event does start. Now regarding Gen 5 Pokemon in raids, Candela has discovered that Lillipup, Patrat, Clank will be available to challenge in the raids. Please take note, trainers, that Clank hasn't been reported appearing in the wild outside of raids, so you're not going to be able to just go around and find the Clank in the wild. And remember, that is going to be released as a shiny variant as well, so the only way to get them is to raid them, and you have that possibility of finding a shiny as well. Alrighty, trainers, and now for the new regional Pokemon. Asia Pacific, we have Pansage, which is going to be the grass monkey. In Europe, Middle East, Africa, India, we have Pansear, the fire-type monkey. And in the Americas and Greenland, we have Panpour, the water-type monkey. But that's not all. in the Western Hemisphere, you will be able to find Heatmore, the Anteater Pokemon, which is hinting towards its rival, Durant. In the Western Hemisphere, you'll be able to find Durant, the Iron Ant Pokemon. That's the one that I really want. So this is going to be pretty exciting stuff here. Quite a few different types of Pokemon that will be appearing at various places around the world. So take note of that. You're not going to be able to just get all of these right away. So pretty interesting stuff, and I'm very excited to see what the future holds for these. Alright, so let's go over the Unova Stone as well as the shinies. So if you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny Patrat and Lillipup, and they do not go into description as far as Clank, because, well, that's not going to be a spawning in the wild. You will have to raid for that, but it will and has a possibility of being shiny. So for the Unova Stone, you will be able to get that through your 7-day breakthrough. So here we go again with that rarity, kind of like the Sinnoh Stones, but then they're going to become more abundant. Currently, I'm sitting on like 50 Sinnoh Stones, and I just transferred a bunch. Alright, so the Pokemon that we can currently use the Sinnoh Stone on are going to be Pansage, Pansear, Panpour, and Lampent. So take note of that. All of these Pokemon that you're going to be seeing on the screen here are not going to be coming in for the first wave. Alright, so going over Mewtwo again, because it will be entering into the raids later today, and this is something you definitely want to raid, folks. Absolutely. #1 DPS Pokemon in Pokemon Go currently now. That's absolutely insane, because they did buff up that Psystrike. So 100% IV is going to be 2387. 2387 non-weather boosted. In windy weather, 100% IV is going to be 2984. 2984 in windy weather. So it is going to be week 2, Bug, Dark, and Ghost. Best counters on screen are going to be Giratina Origin Form with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball, Gengar with Lick or Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball, Legacy Mewtwo with Shadow Ball, of course, and then Psycho Cut or Confusion, Tyranitar with Bite and Crunch, Weavile with Feint Attack and Foul Play, Absol with Snarl and Dark Pulse. Now, take note that there's going to be plenty of other Pokemon that you can use to go up against this. Remember the weaknesses there. We have weakness to Bug, Dark, and Ghost, so you can use those Scizors, those Pincers, those Yanmegas, or any other sort of dark type Pokemon that you do have powered up that you would like to just throw into the mix. Seeing that there's going to be probably so many people at all of these raids, you're not going to have to pick your best counters, but really depends upon where you do live. So as we can see for the moves, it's going to have Psystrike, Psychic, Focus Blast, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, and Ice Beam. So out of all of these counters in here, tell me which one of these is going to be the safest option to use if you do not know exactly what moveset it does have. That is actually going to be Mewtwo with Shadow Ball, because there is nothing that is going to be super effective to it. As a matter of fact, it's going to be resisting quite a few moves, the Psystrike, the Psychic, and the Focus Blast, as well as the quick moves, Psycho Cut, and Confusion. On the other hand, you do have Giratina that does have to look out for the Ice Beam, Gengar that does have to look out for all of the Psychic moves, but on the other hand, Gengar can be pretty safe if it does have Psycho Cut and Focus Blast, being a poison, and Ghost type resisting that fighting type move there. And then if we move on to Tyranitar, it has to look out for Focus Blast, Weavile has to look out for Flamethrower, and then Absol has to look out for Focus Blast. So literally everything on the list regarding the Mewtwo's movesets that will be in the raids, Mewtwo does not have to look out for it itself. If you do have one of those magnificent Shadow Ball legacies, and you can take it to the raids, you have them powered up. Personally, myself, I have quite a few, so I'm going to be using those, but it's still going to be a pretty safe option to go in there with the Giratinas. As far as the Gengar, it's a pretty frail Pokemon as it is, and if it does have Psystrike, Psychic, Confusion, I mean, it is going to be going down fairly quick. And then you have the Weavile that's going to be weak to Flamethrower, as well as Focus Blast, Giratina weak to the Ice Beam like we went over. So Mewtwo has literally no weaknesses that the current Mewtwo will have in the raid, so that's going to be a nice option there. So good luck out there trying to find yourself a 100 as well as that shiny, because this is something you definitely want in a shiny variant and powered up, seeing that it is the new DPS king in Pokemon Go with that Psystrike buff. It is absolutely amazing, folks. So now that you know all the information, good luck out there on catching new Gen 5 Pokemon trainers, as well as hatching them, and possibly even getting yourself a shiny variant of these new Gen 5s, as well as Mewtwo even. This is pretty amazing stuff. So happy it did get a buff, and if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. That really does help me out quite a bit. Share it with a friend who may be interested in this kind of information. I'll be keeping you posted on everything you need to know in Pokemon Go in the future, and with that said, trainers, I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.